gonna start in half, but I'm still gonna get to X again. All right, so maybe I'm playing my high knee shield here. I have this hook at the bottom, but I can use that to make space. I can kind of hip escape with this bottom leg, right? I can scoot out and put my foot in high. Almost like I want a butterfly half hook, and I want that knee kind of pointing straight up and down, all right? From here, I can dive under here and under his leg at the same time. I'm gonna go probably midway on my forearm. I don't want my elbow over there. That's not necessary. I kind of just want to frame him, right, as I dive under his leg. And I'm going to roll from my right side to my back and to the left side and extend him out. So just like we did from De La Riva, the concept's the same. We're kind of pushing him out and rolling to that side to get that, start that elevation. Okay, so I'm here with my frames. I'm going to dive under here, and then I scoop myself in, roll to my back, and then to the side. Right? He's probably not going to stay up on his knee, right? We're going to end up here. If he stays here, obviously we push out and we take that single. He's going to try to push back in, right? I'm already in X here, okay? So from this, depending on what he's doing with his hands, we'll just go with the basic today, right? If he goes to push his knee off, it gives me access to the sleeve. Dump, okay? All I'm gonna do to dump him is a little bit of a hip up. I just need to get a little bit of lift, pull his sleeve. He's gonna drop right on his shoulder. Okay. I let that leg out as he's hitting the floor. Does that make sense? So that entry again. So high shield, you can play it low if you want. For me, I just find it easier to give myself a little bit of distance from him. Drop my hook in, okay? Now, I'm just gonna wait and dive under both at the same time. So I could be here, get my hook, other hook, it's already on my shoulder. As he gets his base, he's gonna do one of two things, right? He reaches with that hand, I reach with the sleeve. He reaches with this hand, right? So he rips this one away, right? Come up, okay? So we're not doing that today. We'll do the other one first. I also have the trip there. I have the back take from there. There's a bunch of different things we can do depending on how he reacts, okay?
Regardless of which arm you attack, you're always gonna...
Not always. Okay. I'll show you what I mean. Let's get back into X. So for example, maybe you start the best with my leg, right? Start to push, right? I can extend him out, trip, come up, right? I can step right over, so you can rear trip. Right? I already have him on my shoulder and neck, right? Extend him out, right? Get behind him, back to back, okay? All those are options. It just depends kind of where I want to go and then what kind of reaction he's giving me, okay? Part of it is, if you play half guard, you got to do something when they stand up, right? So we were going from De La Riva into X earlier this week. Now, just another way to get into it, but maybe I'm doing it, from half guard. Okay, another position that's common for a lot of you guys. But what happens if maybe you can't sweep him from half guard, or you're starting to pick up one leg, we can start to get into this entry too. Okay, one more time. That's right. So here. This side. Okay. So, make room, drop my hook, right? This straight up and down hook is hard for me to push down at this point, right? I also have my frame here. Dive under, back, side, use my hook, or my shin, the back of his knee, throw my hook in. If he stays here, I just push him out and single leg him, okay? As he comes up, he addresses my leg, I grab the sleeve, come up, knee on belly, okay? Some people kick out. If I do that to you, I'm not gonna sweep you because you're gonna open your legs enough, I'm not gonna have the travel to do it. So I like to work on elevating. If I can't do that, I'm gonna work for some sort of a trip. Okay, so some of you long people, like extra long legs, if I can't get it, because either I can't get high enough, I can't get enough lift to kind of get your heels off the mat, I'm gonna work on a trip or something like that instead, okay? Everybody good? Try it, 1, 2, 3. Last 10 or 15 minutes, I'm gonna show you one thing Pimenta showed a long time ago. Let me use the handle. You're all right. But we're gonna just, kind of a trick of the trade, one way he likes to pass X guard. Just put me in X. Yeah, this is fine. Got it? Okay. Number one, like I need to try to settle down on him a little bit, maybe control. Okay? If I'm leaning on my toes, he's gonna move me all over the place, right? So the more I just focus on the feet and things like that, he's not just gonna sit here and accept it, right? So a lot of times, if I can get a little bit of base for a second, this is not gonna keep me anywhere. He can still try to elevate me, right? I just gotta be careful. Okay, go back. Right, so I sit down a little bit. I'm gonna take a deep grab, like I'm gonna scoop his calf. Okay? I'm not grabbing the pants, like scoop his calf. So squat, I get like one grip, I'm on his shin, right? So he's trying to move me, right? So I'm gonna reach down to the calf, I'm gonna rip it out like I'm like unsheathing a sword and just drop my hip, I'm gonna sprawl on it. Okay? So here, you good? Yeah. So I wanna reach down, here, sprawl. Okay? So just for a second, I don't have all day to sit here. He's eventually gonna move me, right? I don't wanna be here because I'm definitely getting moved. Squat down, reach deep, almost like I'm going around his calf. Rip, sprawl. Okay? Any questions on that? Don't grab the pants, it won't work. It's weird. Like curl around it. Rip out, literally, I'm gonna sprawl my hips right on his hip. Does that make sense?
It does.
Can you see it? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, try that last 10, 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3.